Okay, so today we are going to discuss a very important topic called identifiers. Now, what are identifiers? Okay, so whenever in programming, particularly in Python, you are basically naming a variable, okay, or you're naming a function, right, or you're naming a class, right, or you're naming a module, right, or you're naming any other object, right. Now, this is called an identifier. Clear? This is called an identifier. Whenever you are trying to name something, okay, a variable, function, class, module, or the object, that is called an identifier. Okay, and then we have something called keywords. Now, what are keywords? So you might have used in our very first program, we used a keyword called print, and then inside print, we basically wrote I love coding, right? We did that, right? Now, what happens over here? This keyword print. Now, this is a keyword. Now, what are these keywords? Now, these are predefined words. Okay, these are predefined words used for a specific purpose. Okay, for example, print over here is used to print something, right? There is another keyword called input. Input is used to take input from the user, right? There is another keyword called, let's say, min. Okay, we have another keyword called min or max, right? So they are also used for different purposes. Clear? Right? So we have another keyword called min, and then we have keyword called max. So these are all keywords, right? So how do you know the difference? How do you know how many keywords are there in total? So if I have to know how many keywords are there, I'll just go here to my program and I'll say import, right? And then I'll say import keyword, okay? And then I'll say print. So what is this keyword? This keyword basically is a package, okay? I will say keyword dot kw list. I want to know how many lists are there, right? Now, if I run this, it is connecting. My program is connecting with the RAM, and it will take some time. And we have all the 32 keywords. So how many keywords in total? We have 32 keywords in total, right? And all there we can see it over here. Clear? So these are all different kinds of keywords that you have, right? Now, let's come back. Okay. Now there are some rules for identifiers. Now, what are the rules? Let me just quickly show you the rules. All right. So there are some rules for identifiers. Now, what is the first rule? Okay, we have some rules. What is the first rule? So an identifier should always start with an alphabet, right? When I say alphabet, it could be anything, A to A and Z to Z. Okay, or it can start with an underscore, right? This is an underscore. Both are valid. Okay, but it should not start with a number. So if you are starting a let's say variable, say 1x, is wrong. It should not start with a special character. I cannot say $y, a variable. I cannot define a variable like this. This is wrong. Okay, this is the first rule, right? So now let's understand what is the next rule. So the next rule is always, okay, whenever you're defining an identifier, it should be followed by 0. It should be followed by 0, right, or an underscore, right? It should be either followed by 0 or an underscore, or it can be also followed by letters. For example, I can say num0, correct. I can say num1, correct. I can say num underscore, correct. Clear? But I cannot say num $, this is wrong. Clear? It should be followed by 0 or underscore or letter. That is absolutely fine. Clear? Now, next one. What is the third rule? And this is the last rule of the variable. That is keywords. All the 32 keywords that we just saw, they cannot be used as identifiers. Okay, keywords cannot be used as identifiers. I cannot go and say print equals to 9. This will be wrong. Okay, I cannot say min equal to 7. I cannot use min as a variable or as a function. Anything. This will be also wrong. Clear? They are the keywords that we have, right? They are the rules of identifiers, and we also saw how to see all the keywords that we have in Python, right? Okay, that's it for this video. In the next video, I'll teach you more about different data types that we have, right? Cool. I'll see you in the next one.